Everyone, let us chant from verses 11 to 20 of chapter 9. Avajananti mam mudhaha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajanantaha mama bhutamaheshwaram moghasha moghakarpanaha moghajnana vichetasaha Rakshasi Suhrim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Daivim Prakritimashhritaha Bhajantyananyamanasaha Nyatva Bhutadimavyayam Satatam Kirtayanto Ma Yatantascha Dridhavritaha Namasyantascha Ma Bhaktya Nityayukta Upasate Jnana Yajnena Chapyanye Yajanto Mam Upasate Ekhatvena Prathatvena Bahudha Vishvato Mukham Aham Kraturaham Yajnaha Swadhahamaham Aushadham Mantrohamahame Vajyam Ahamagniraham Bhutam Pitahamasya Jagataha Mata Dhata Pitamaha Vedyam Pavitramonkaraha Ritsamaya Jurevacha Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Suhrit Prabhava Pralayasthanam Nidhanam Bijamavyayam Tapamyahamaham Varsham Nidrinam Yusrajami Cha Amritam Chaiva Mrityuscha Sadasachaham Arjuna Traividyamam Soma Paputa Papaha Yajnairishva Swadgatim Pratayante Te Punyamasadhya Surendra Lokam Ashnanti Devyan Divideva Bhogan.
Om Sahanavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavit Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Till now, he is talking about the set of people. The one who doesn't worship at all, the Rakshasas and the Asuras, and then the other category, those who worship, and they worship by the proper methods of karma, bhakti, and jnanam. So all this we have till this we have seen. So they worship in the right manner. The karma, the bhakti, and the jnanam. Having done all these spiritual practices, what do they get to realize? What do they get to understand? He said they get to understand me. They get to understand me. They get to understand the I. Now what he is doing from verse 16 onwards, he is saying what the I is. He is saying what the I is. Various aspects from the world he will take up. Various aspects from the world he will take up, and he will say all this as I. This is me, this is me, this is me. We'll start with verse number 16 onwards. 16 particular.
Aham kraturaham yajnah swadhaham aushadham mantrohamahame vajyam aham agniraham bhutam aham kraturaham yajnah swadhaham aushadham mantrohamahame vajyam aham agniraham bhutam.
I am Kratu, Vedic ritual. I am Yajna, sacrifice. I am Swada, ancestral offering. I am Aushada, medicinal herb. I am Mantra, chant. I am Ajya, clarified butter. I am Agni, fire. I am Huta, burnt offering. Previous verse, he spoke about Jnana Yajna. How people worship me through the Jnana Yajna. Now in this verse, he is starting with the ritual yajna and saying how every aspect of the ritual yajna is me. Previous was Jnana Yajna. What is Jnana Yajna? Study, manana, nididhyasana on the scripture literature. We understood it as Jnana Yajna, Jnana Yoga, Jnana Yajna. Now what he is doing from this 16 onwards, every name, every form, every object, every being, he is taking and saying it's me, it's me, it's me. While he is taking each and every form, object and being saying it is me, how he understands that? He starts with the ritual yajna. He is starting with the ritual yajna. So what is the ritual yajna? I am Kratuhu. Kratuhu refers to the Vedic ritual. The Vedic rituals, as in, there are so many things. The rituals, the yajna themselves is divided into two, the Shrauta and the Smarta. So one that is done individually, another that is done collectively. One that is done for an individual welfare, another that is done for a collective welfare. So he says that Kratu is me. There is one whole list of yajna. At least there is one whole list of minimum yajna that one has to do. Don't worry about the list and all, because even if you know the names, it doesn't make any. It won't make any difference now, because 99% of it is, even the so-called Brahmins won't know the name of it in the first place, leave alone knowing what it is and actually doing what it is. Therefore, all that you understand is what Kratu means yajna. The Vedic prescribed yajnas. Mundakopanishad gives us some list. If you read the Mundakopanishad, it will give you two, three lists it will give. Darsha Purnamasham, Agnishtom, Somayagam, all that Mundakopanishad gives us some list. So what he is saying here is all aspect of Vedic yajna, the rituals is me. Kratuhu, he says, Aham Kratuhu. Aham yajnah. Now, what is the difference between kratuhu and yajnah? In kratuhu, it is a specific Vedic enjoined list of rituals. In yajnah, it is the fivefold everyday duty. Yajnah refers here to the Panchamaha Yajna, which is the fivefold everyday duty of all beings. All beings has to do the fivefold duty every day. What is the fivefold duty? Remembering and thanking. Remembering the Devas, the gods. Remembering the Rishis. Remembering being grateful to the past. The third one, Pitrus. The fourth one, Manushya Yajna. Remembering and helping the human beings. The fifth one, other species. So this yajna, which is the everyday duty, it's called everyday duty. Nitya karma it is. It is the everyday duty of all human beings, and that yajna is me. Swadha is a technical word. I am not going into the details of it. So if I start going into the details of it, in 2 minutes, all of you will fall off to sleep, not knowing what is he even referring to. In those days, they had a lot of association, lot of values with the Vedic. The Vedic way of life had a lot of value. Today, it is not the Vedic way of life. I don't know what to call it today. Yeah. It's neither Vedic nor Vedantic. I don't know what to call it today. So in those days, it's during Krishna's time, they had a lot of values for the Vedic way of life. Since it is the lot of values for the Vedic way of life, most of the terminologies that he uses will be in reference to that lifestyle. Now, we can understand the formula behind it and do it according to our current lifestyle. We need not go back to the Vedic lifestyle. We can understand the formula and come back and do according to our current lifestyle. But all that means is what? Every aspect of the yajna he is taking and elaborating. So Swadaha is when you offer in Agni. You offer in fire. And that Agni has 2 wives. That Agni is a long story. That Agni has 2 wives. Who knows that he has 2 wives and all? God only knows. 2 wives he has. One is Swadha. So that is why when you do offering in the fire, in yajna, if you are doing it for the Pitrus, ancestor, you will use the word Swadha. If you are giving it for God, you will use the other name. Doesn't make any difference. So there are 2 things. So what it means is Swadha. Swadha means the offering given to the Pitrus. So what happens is, if you say Swadha Namaha, so she will take and give it to the ancestors. If you give it to the God, Swaha is one wife, Swadha is another wife. And each wife has a respective job. Swaha will take to gods and give. A specific job, specific courier service. She will go and give it to that person. Swadha, she will take and give it to somebody else. So he is saying, I am Swadha, Aushadam. I am that Aushadam. Aushadam means the Aushada is that which is born from plants, that which is extracted from, that which is born out of plants, that which is extracted from plants, very loosely called as medicinal herbs. It's not only just medicinal herbs. Anything that is extracted from plant is called Aushadi. And that Aushadi is offered in Yajna. That is also part of the offering. So he says, I am that Aushadam. And when you do all this, what do? You don't keep watching Aditya channel and do all this, isn't it? So you utter some mantras. So there are some hymns. that you chant. I am that mantra. Mantra is that which is chanted in the yajna. Mantra. That which brings the mind to a focus is called mantra. That which brings the mind to a focus. That is the definition of the word mantra. Mantra means that which brings the mind to a focus. Mananat trayate iti mantra. So that which brings the mind to focus. So when you are doing all these rituals, the mind has to cooperate. The mind has to be there. For that, certain mantras are chanted. I am that mantra. You put that aushadhi, other things and all that, what happens? The fire will die. And one of the important aspects of the ritual is to keep the fire alive. And how to keep the fire alive? Ghee keeps the fire alive. So that's why they keep pouring ghee every now and then to keep the fire alive. Because if you put other aushadhi and all that, watery things, the fire will get extinguished. Therefore, he says, I am that ajyam. I am that ajyam that goes into the yajna. I am the agni. I am the agni means I am fire. We are tired already, yeah? And this is what you are going to hear till the end of 11th chapter. Till we finish 11th chapter, this is what you are going to hear. I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this. Srikanth, நாலு கூட முடிக்கல. Yeah, we didn't even finish 4. இல்ல ஒரு வருஷம் கூட முடிக்கல. So he says, I am ajyam. I am the ghee. Then he says, I am agni. I am the fire. Hutam. I am the hutam. Hutam is the burnt offering. Yajna sishtashina santaha. That which is the benefit of yajna. The burnt offering. Burnt offering is what is known as the yajna prasad. After they do the yajna, everything is over. The ashes are taken and given as the prasad, and that ashes is hutam. So he says, I am that hutam. Kratu is a classic Vedic word. Yajna is a very loose word. Kratu refers to specific rituals done with the help of the fire. Yajna refers to any sacrificial act, not necessarily in fire. That is the difference between Kratu and yajna. So he says, you should do so the Kratu is me, the yajna is me. So while you chant the mantra, you offer the ghee. You don't say pour, you say you offer the ghee. And we have seen this already. The yajna ritual symbolizes the entire human activity. All human activity is symbolized by this yajna. I am the ritual prescribed by the Shruti. I am the ritual prescribed by the Smriti. I am the food offered to ancestors. I am the food of all living beings. I am the mantra. I am the fire. I am the act of offering and the result of offering. That's all he's saying. So every aspect of it, he's saying, it is me. An important law. Based on that law, these verses, these chapters elaborate. There is a law. What is the law? The law is Vishwarupa Darshana, a practice to see God in everything. A practice by which you see God in everything. The moment you start seeing God in everything, what happens? Most of the samsaric problems will go away. That's how bhakti takes care of the problems. Most of the samsaric problems goes away by bhakti. And what is bhakti means? Bhakti is a practice. Practice by which you learn to see God in everything. One way is to say, see God everywhere. Learn to see God everywhere. Learn to see God. That is one way of saying. Another way of saying is listing out the entire creation, and then saying, I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this. That listing is a much better way of dealing with it rather than simply saying, learn to see God everywhere. Even though it is the formula, learn to see God everywhere, it doesn't actually translate into practice of seeing God everywhere. So what is that we understand? One clay, many pots. One gold, many chains. One God, various manifestations. Are you able to follow? This is the law. Again, one clay becomes many pots. One gold becomes many ornaments. Similarly, one God has many manifestations. So, one way is to say, see God everywhere. Another thing is to take up each and everything and say, this is me. When he takes up each and everything and say, this is me, this is me, this is me, what is the benefit of such learning? The benefit of this learning is you are graduating to a higher level of spiritual growth. There is a graduation to the higher level of growth. What is the graduation? The graduation is what all you see as problem, you are learning to see it as God. Then the conclusion, correct, God equals problem, isn't it? Fallacy in thinking, isn't it? Because what all you see, you are learning to see it as God. So by this practice, what happens? By this continuous remembrance, by this continuous practice, what happens? Wherever you encounter a difficulty, wherever you encounter a problem, what you will call that problem as? Aham, I. By this method, what is happening? The mind's wrong way of looking at situations changes. This is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is nothing but the mind looking at situations wrongly it turns. It turns means it starts seeing it rightly. And what is the right way of seeing it? Many pots, one clay. All ornaments, one gold. One thing is to say, all ornaments are made of gold. Another thing is, list out all the ornaments. My God, from head to toe you can make, no? Isn't it? It is called Padanti Kesha, Keshanti Pada. You can start from the toes and go to the head, or you can start from head and come to the toe. This is how gods and goddesses are. Okay. You want to describe somebody, how will you describe? Two ways of describing. You can start from the toe and go to the head, or you can go to the head and come down to the toe. And all these divine hymns will be describing God, goddess in each and everything. So what do? Instead of saying the whole thing is God, list out. Take out all the ornaments. What are the ornaments? Right from the head to the toe. What is the ornament that you use for head? There is a name for that, no? Yeah. Crown, there is an ornament. Forehead, there is an ornament. Nose, there is an ornament. Ears, there is an ornament. So you list out each and everything and then say, this is gold. 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 This is how bhakti grows. This is how bhakti grows. Another practical way that people do every day is when they start the rituals, they invoke God. They touch all the organs of the body and they invoke God. Shankar. Correct? Now, who's doing it? If you have invoked God in each and every anga of yourself, who's doing it? Who's doing it? Are you doing or God doing? The God is doing. That's what he's saying here. That is why before you start the ritual, instead of saying I am doing, you invoke God. How do you invoke God in each and every anga? Srikanth. இன்னைக்கு கூட அந்த பிராமின்ஸ் எல்லாம் மெக்கானிக்கலா உட்காந்து பண்ணின்னு இருப்பாங்க. They won't know what they are doing. Yeah. And one useless community is this Brahmin community of today. மிச்சவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் ஒரு பெனிஃபிட் இருக்குது, இவங்களால ஒரு பிரயோஜனம் கிடையாது. But that ritual is very meaningful. Each and every anga they will touch and they will invoke the name of the God. Keshava, Narayana, Madhava, Govinda, Vishnu, Madhusudana, the right nostril, the left nostril, the right ear, the left ear. Each and every organ is touched and God is invoked. It means who's doing that? You are not the doer. Who's doing? God is doing. For whom? God is doing. For whom? To him only. Correct. God is doing for him only. Him or her, we don't know, isn't it? God is doing him panna, him, her panna, her, they panna, they, them panna, them. It doesn't matter, isn't it? Because nowadays you have to say him, her, they, them, so many names you have to say. So whoever does it, respectively, it goes, who's the actual doer? The God is the doer. So from this, you understand the formula. What is the formula? What is the formula? The formula is this. You can do a kratu as a Vedic ritual, or you can do a puja which is a non-Vedic ritual. There are two types. One is a yajna, which is a Vedic ritual. You can do a puja which is non-Vedic. Like for example, from tomorrow, Navaratri will start, isn't it? If Navaratri starts, I get very tensed 3 weeks before that, isn't it? All the work we have to sit and do, no? We have to bring the idols, you have to wipe it, you have to put the steps, and you have to decorate it. And people will come and say, this is not right, that is not right, this should not be here, that should not be there. And by the time you set all that, 3 weeks is Prasad. You can see it now also. What a drama it is. Huh? Now, that is a non-Vedic, that's a non-Vedic ritual. Nevertheless, whether it is Vedic or non-Vedic, Who is worshipped? Me. Who is worshipped? Me. Therefore, verse number 16. Each and everything is me, me, me. Remember, this is the seed verse for chapter 10 and 11. This is known as the seed verse. Seed verse means he's going to further develop it. In 9th chapter, he does it for 4-5 verses. 10th chapter, he will do it for 25 verses. In 11th chapter, the entire chapter he will devote to it. The entire 11th chapter meter itself, the entire chapter meter itself is changed because it is Vishwarupa, no? Cosmic form you have to see. This is verse number 16. We will read verse number 17. 17 padinga.
पिताहमस्य जगतः माता धाता पितामहः वेद्यं पवित्रमोङ्कारः ऋक्सामयजुरेव च पिताहमस्य जगतः माता धाता पितामहः वेद्यं पवित्रमोङ्कारः ऋक्सामयजुरेव च.
So here he is saying, I am the father of this world, mother, sustainer, grandfather, that which is to be known, purifier, the syllable Om, and also Rik, Sama, Yaju. The list continues. I am the father of this world. I am the mother of this world. I am the sustainer of this world. I am the grandfather of this world. I am that which is to be known. I am the purifier. I am the syllable Om. I am Rik, Sama, Yaju. The list continues. He is continuing with the list. I am the father. I am the mother. Aham pita asya mata, for this jagat. I am the pita and I am the. This is how Kalidasa introduces. Very famous, a very famous sloka of Kalidasa, where he says, this is the father and mother of the universe. He starts. Vande Parvati Parameshwarao. Kalidasa starts like that. So here the same thing. I am the father and I am the mother. Father is a representation of the spirit. Mother is a representation of the matter. Or you can put it other way also. It doesn't make any difference. You can call mother as the spirit and father as matter. There. Oh, how can you insult women by calling them as matter? It doesn't make any difference. There are these two things, spirit and matter, and there is the father and there is the, and then there is the mother. How can you, why do you? In the language of Veda, in the language of intellectual, each and every verse, we'll try to understand it from the devotional angle and we try to interpret it from the intellectual angle also. Both we are attempting. Even though the intellectual angle is slightly stretched in these verses, but still we got to do that. Though it is predominantly only devotional by nature. So, father is the nimitta karanam, mother is the upadana karanam, the cause and effect. So mother is one cause, father is another cause. I am the father, Jagataha. So now, previous verse, he spoke about all aspects of the ritual, the yajna. Why he started with ritual? It is that one practice of yajna, practicing the spirit of yajna, that is going to take you back to him. The one and only practice that is going to take you back to him is yajna, yajna karma. And what is yajna karma and all? We have seen in detail. Chapter 3, chapter 4, we have seen all that in detail. He started by saying every aspect of the yajna, the path is me. Now he is coming into another angle. What is another angle? He is taking up Jagat. Jagat means the created. Jagat means the world. Technically, world means that which is created. That's what is called as Jagat. And all that is created has causes. What is the cause? Intelligent cause and material cause. We have seen that for anything to come, you need a few causes. So he's saying all the cause is me. All the cause is me. And then another word is dhata. Dhata means supporter. Dhata means supporter, sustainer. Supporter, sustainer of what? Dhata is equated to karma pala dhata. Dhata is equated to the karma pala dhata. What does karma pala dhata means? I do everything, I manage everything according to a law. According to a law. How do I manage everything? I am the sustainer. I am the ordainer. So dhata here means sustainer. Dhata here means ordainer. Meaning what? I manage everything. Who's saying I manage everything? God is saying I manage everything. And when I manage, how do I manage everything? I manage everything according to a law. And what is that law called? That law is called the law of karma. Everything is managed by me according to a law. And that law is called the law of karma. So what happens? He, being the karma paladhata, ensures that whatsoever you do, it comes back to you. That is the law of karma. What does the law of karma says? Whatsoever you do, it will come back to you, and I will make sure that it will. I am the one who is making sure that it will come to you. What is coming back to you? Punya and papa in the form of sukha and dukkha. Law of karma is very simple. Law of karma complicated. Yeah. It's very simple. Law of karma means it comes back to you as papa and punya in the form of sukha and dukkha. That's why Swamiji says sin equals mental agitations. It comes to you, this punya and papa comes to you in the form of mental agitations. Therefore, what is understanding here? I am dhata. I am the dhata. I am the dhata means I am the supporter, the ordainer, making sure what? Everything functions according to the law. And since I am making sure everything functions according to the law, one of the essential ingredient of the law is what? If you violate the law, what is the job of the protector of the law? If you violate the law, நம்மாளுப்பா விட்டுருக்குறேன் இல்லையா, நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சவர் தான், isn't it? He is known to me. He is known to me. Our fellow, leave him alone. Yeah, he has joined our goshti last week. So leave him alone. So essential ingredient of the law is what? The essential ingredient of the law is, if you obey the law, you will be protected. If you violate the law, you will be made to pay the price. I make sure that it happens perfectly. But the human mind says, is there any exemptions to this law? Is there by any way can I ask for an exemption? Ingana poi edavadhu panni, can I ask for an exemption? Can I go to Tirupati and do some puja and ask for exemption? Or can I go to Badrinath, Kedarnath, Kashi and do some yajna there, do some ritual there and ask for some exemption? Yes. Wherever you go, whatever you do, the law is there. It means Data literally means there is somebody above you watching. That's what it means. So what he is saying, Dhata literally means now what? There is the sustainer, there is the ordainer. More than the sustainer, ordainer and all, you can use the word watcher, observer. Somebody is watching you constantly. Somebody is there watching you constantly. To bring that awareness is bhakti. To make sure that you remember that there is someone, there is something that is watching you all the time, is what is called as bhakti yoga. The moment you know somebody is watching you, you will be cautious. You will behave, isn't it? You will be cautious, you will be careful, you will behave. What is being watched constantly? What is being watched constantly as a dhata? Each and every thought, each and every word, each and every deed, action. Manasam karma, vachikam karma, kayakam karma. The thought, the word, the deed is being watched constantly, and you are given accordingly. Also, it is very important, Dhata, because the result, he will make sure that it comes to you at the right time. The result and essential ingredient of the result is what? It should come to you at the right time. Punyana, the punya should come to you at the right time. Papa means it should come to you at the right time. He says, I make sure that. Dhata. The third one, Vedhyam. Vedhyam means that which is to be known. That which is to be known. That which is to be known means each and everything that you do, there is an attempt for something. There's an attempt for something. That's what you are doing everything for. So what is to be known? Vedhyam, known. Whatever you do, whatever you are avoid doing, know it for what? You are doing it for whom? You are doing it for me. Intellectually, you understand it as whatsoever you do, whatsoever you avoid doing, both are for this one entity called happiness, bliss, Ananda. And who is Ananda? Who is bliss? I am. Therefore, whatsoever you are doing, you should know me. You should know me means know that you are doing it only for me. Pavitram. Pavitram means purifier. Pavitram means purifier. Purifier in the sense of okay. Purifier means what? Purifier means what? It removes the dirt. It removes the dirt. This knowledge is pavitram because all other purifiers, it will get dirty again. This purifier has a uniqueness. What is the uniqueness of this purifier? You come in contact with this, you become clean and you don't get dirty again. That's where elsewhere in the Bhagavad Gita, he calls us Uttamam Pavitram. Pavitram idam Uttamam, he says. This is a Uttamam Pavitram. Why? There are so many things that purifies. But what happens is that which purifies will get dirty. Water, before it contacts you, is pure. Correct? Water, before it contacts you, is pure. You wash the vessel. What happens to the water? Water is getting, okay, you are getting clean, but what is happening to the water? Water is getting dirty. And something comes and cleans that dirt. Something else comes and cleans it. Something else comes and cleans it. So there is a constant transference of dirt and cleaning, dirt and cleaning, dirt and cleaning. This knowledge, Arjuna, is different kind of a purifier. What is the purifier? It cleans you. You will never get dirty. Again, as it is cleaning you, it doesn't get dirty. Not like water purifying. Raj, this kind of study makes it very, it's so engrossing. All other purifies, dirties itself to purify. But this knowledge makes you to get pure and you will never get dirty. Again, knowledge remains pure as ever. Knowledge doesn't get, in that sense, it is Pavitram Uttamam. Om. Omkara. I am that. Om. If you want to condense the entire Vedic Vedantic knowledge into one sound, that is that sound Om. Atom, that one thing that has everything in it. The seed, that is Om. And we keep using this Om in everything. Before we start, we start the mantra, we start with Om. We end the mantra, we end with Om. The Om is there right through in all that we do. Why? Because this Om is the seed. The Om is the seed of everything. Out of this Omkara seed came the trees, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Vedas and all that. So I am that Om, and that which came out of the Om is the fruit. What is the fruit? Rig, Yajur, Sama, all the Vedas came out of this one seed, Om. Therefore, he says, Om is me, the seed is me, and that which came out of the seed is the fruit. What is the fruit? The Rig, Yajur, Sama, and that is also Rig means poetry. Yajur means the prose. Sama, music. Mantras are the same. In fact, Rigveda and Yajurveda, literally the mantras are the same. They don't differ. But Sama means the same mantra is sung in a musical form. When the same mantra is sung in the musical form, it becomes Sama Veda. In the 10th chapter, he is going to say, I am the Sama, he says. I am the, amongst the Vedas, I am the Sama Veda. Why? Because it is so lyrical, it is so beautiful, it is so enchanting to listen. And very tough also. And very, very tough to get to that practice of the Sama. So he says, Om is me, the seed. Out of the seed comes these. Out of the seed comes these. What comes out of the seed? The Rig Veda, the Yajurveda, the Sama Veda, and all the Vedas that comes out of me is. And Atharva Veda, sometimes they talk about Atharva Veda, sometimes they do not talk about the Atharva Veda. Even though we say Chatur Veda, here he is saying Rig, Yajur, Sama. Sometimes Atharva will be added, sometimes Atharva will not be added, but nevertheless, you have to include that also. Nevertheless, we include the Atharva Veda also. Atharva Veda has a lot of other sciences, like Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Arthashastra. Arthashastra means economy. Ayurveda means the health. Dhanushastra means the weapons. So, about wealth, about economy, about weapons, all that comes in Atharva Veda. Each and every Veda has the, and Atharva Veda has this a lot. Supposedly came about slightly later. Therefore, traditionally they say Rig Yajur Sama, Rig Yajur Sama, Rig Yajur Sama. Sometimes Atharva will come in, sometimes Atharva will not come in. Now these are all academic details. Just for you to know. Otherwise, how do I pass time till 9 o'clock? My problem is how to engage and occupy you till 9 o'clock. Because he's saying, I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this. Therefore, verse number 17. I am Pita, I am Mata, I am Dhata, I am Pitamaha. Pitamaha, father. Pitamaha, grandfather. I am the grandfather also. Meaning the entire parampara, the entire lineage is me. It's not only you. The entire lineage of the past is me only. Grandfather na, the cause for father and mother. Poetic. You have to understand it like grandfather means the cause for father and mother. So you go back, you hit a causeless cause. And that causeless cause is grandfather. And that causeless cause is grandfather. And that grandfather is me. I am the causeless cause and I am the cause also. I am in the world is in me. I am not in the world is not in me. Don't forget that. Huh? Don't forget that. Wherever we get a chance, I keep remembering it, because these are all the things for. This is what you are supposed to do when you are sitting and doing reflection on your own. Vijay, assuming you are doing reflection. Illa sir, I am wondering class varthike customer irukudhu. Where do we have time for? Where do we have time for this reflection and contemplation and all? So Pitamaha Vedyam, that which is to be known. The final experience, that one experience that all the time that you are looking for is Vedyam, that which is to be known. Pavitram, purifier. And then the next one. Om. Out of that seed, Om, comes the Vedas. So, if you don't understand Om, you have to come to the Vedas. If you understand Om, you don't need Vedas. You don't need Vedas. So, elsewhere, Shankar, SRL Shankar, elsewhere, one of the masters wrote, the Vedas and the Upanishads are bazaar notes on Om. They are bazaar notes on Om, sonar notes. Yeah. And Aurdan Sonar, Srikanth. Sonar notes are in the class. Even now, I am feeling very insulted about that remark. What a comparison. You know Konar notes, no? Narayanji, you won't know Konar notes because you didn't study here. You studied in Baroda. You won't know Konar notes. You know who will study Konar notes? All the fellows, borderline cases. 35 marks. The fellow with struggle will get 30 marks, and by studying Konar notes, they will get 5 marks. So all the borderline useless fellows only will study Konar notes. And he told me, your class is Konar notes, sir, he said. Shankar, suningla illiya? Long back. 25, correct. 20 years back. Then I understood, okay. Somebody said, they said, the Vedas, the Upanishads is the bazaar notes on Om. If you don't understand Om, you need the Vedas and the Upanishads. Okay, Vedas, Upanishads, forget it. Don't worry. Yeah. Someday we will, that itself we don't understand, what do we do? One day we will understand. So I am the Om, I am the Rig, Yajur, Sama, Vedas. This is verse number 70. We'll move on to verse number 80. Yes, Varun, yes.
This is the context of the sustaining law of dharma.
Yes.
Functions.
Yes.
On the basis of dharma,
yes.
Dharma.
Yes. The law of karma is based on the law of karma itself is based on dharma. It is dharma. Dharma means that which maintains everything. That which supports everything. That which supports everything means, what is the support? By making sure that the law governs everything. That is why we say dharma equals the law. Dhata means the supporter. Supporter of what? Supporter of life. Okay, you can call it a supporter of life. And what supports life? Dharma is that which supports. Dharma is that which supports life. So in that sense, he is the Dhata, the supporter. In the ultimate sense, what is the supporter? Brahman is the supporter. How do we say Brahman is the supporter? Each and every minute aspect of the dream, the mind is the supporter. Each and every aspect of the dream is supported by the mind. Not a thing in the dream is not supported by the mind. In that sense, mind is the supporter. It means the mind itself becomes that, as it were. Similarly, Brahman is the supporter, as in Brahman itself has become this. Has become this. Become what? Become the world. Since it is from Brahman, it is from Brahman, it is by It is managed by the law. It is managed by the law. Therefore, we say Data, supporter means supporter of the law that manages life. Bhakti Yoga angle will look at it as the observer making sure that everything is watched. The intellectual way of understanding the Data supporter is cotton supporting garments, gold supporting ornaments. To understand it as cotton supporting garments is good. But as a practice, if you remember somebody is observing you, as a practice, if you remember somebody is observing you, there is always a awareness. You follow? In that sense, Data, supporter, in the context of bhakti, can be used as the observer. Observer of what? Observer of the law. What is the law? Each and every thought, each and every word, each and every action is monitored, and it will monitor and it will come back. To whom? To the doer. Wherever you go, in whatever form you are, it will come back to you. In that sense, Data, the supporter. Is it okay? Yeah. Yes.
So Data is also supporter, Dharma is also supporter.
Data is the supporter. Supporter of what? Life. Life is supported by what? Dharma. Therefore, Data equals Dharma. All has to be used. These are all elaborations that is given so that some practice. What is the practice here? There is a observer. Practice varnumdrathukku we try to derive like this. You follow what I'm saying? As long as you understand that there is somebody watching, what happens? You will be careful. That's all. So in the context of bhakti, they will say there is God watching you. In the context of jnanam, a devotional person will say there is God watching. A intellectual will say the law will function. The intellectual way of saying it is the law will function. The devotional way of saying it is there is God that is watching. But nevertheless, both are saying the same thing. What?
There is someone about us.
What are they saying? Every thought, word, deed has a consequence, and you will reap the consequence. So the wind, you reap the whirlwind. It will come back. It will come back to you. So when it comes back to you, there is a clarity. What is a clarity? You caused it, it has come to you. Therefore, what you stop complaining? You will stop complaining about the world. Because it has come to you because you asked for it. So you stop blaming the world. You follow what I'm saying? Verse number 18. Padingo.
गठेर भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी निवास शरणं सुहृत् प्रभव प्रलय स्थानं निधानं बीजमव्ययम् गठेर भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी निवास शरणं सुहृत् प्रभव प्रलय स्थानं निधानं बीजमव्ययम्.
The goal, supporter, Lord, witness, abode, shelter, friend, origin, dissolution, substratum, treasure house, the imperishable seed. I am Gati. Bharta, supporter. Prabhu, Lord. Sakshi, witness. Nivasaha, abode. Sharanam, shelter. Suhrit, friend. Prabhavaha, origin. Pralayaha, dissolution. Sthanam, the substratum. Nidhanam, treasure house. Bijam, seed. Avyayam, imperishable. So Avyayam Bijam, the imperishable seed. Now, what does all this mean now? For each and everything, we will come up with one story now. Because we have to give meanings, no? It is so devotional, so devotional. You don't go into the meanings and all that and dilute it. But then we need to do that, because these words per se doesn't evoke that kind of a emotion. Therefore, we need to give some meanings, and the meanings tries to bring about the emotion. So first thing is what? Gatihi, the goal. What is the goal? Me. I am the goal. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, the four Gatihi, the four goals. All these four goals of Purusharthas, what we call as the Gati, the goals, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, all is taking you towards me. Therefore, even if you follow any of these, what are you actually following? Me only. Therefore, I am the Gati. Sadgati means the noble side. Durgati means the negative side. Durgatim tata gacchati. He has already said it. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. The doer of good doesn't know what is Durgati. Durgati means you start somewhere and you end up in the opposite direction. That is Durgati. Sadgati means you start and end in the same direction. That is called Sadgati. What does Durgati means? You want to go to America and you end up in Australia. Yeah. Meaning, the goal is one. The path that you take to the goal ends you up in a different destination. The goal is correct. Everybody says this is the goal, but the path they take, ends them up on a totally different destination. This is called Durgati. Sadgati means, in this culture, when somebody dies, they say we pray for Sadgati. No, we pray for that person's Sadgati. இருக்கும்போது ஒழுங்கா பண்ணல, இப்பயாவது let him take the proper gati, isn't it? And the man was alive, he didn't do anything proper, so he may end up in Durgati. So now I pray for him so that he can get into Sadgati. I am the Gati. And then comes Bharta, supporter. Bharta literally means husband. Bharta means supporter, and Bharta means husband. The husband is called Bharta and the wife is called Bharya. இன்னைக்கெல்லாம் பாரியாலாம் சொல்லவே கூடாது. Constitutionally, it is wrong to say, and you will be in jail if you say Bharya. அப்படின்னு என்ன சொல்லணும்? Bharta, Bhartriya, I don't know, whatever, but
Who supports,
yes,
their Bharta.
yes. The supporter is Bharta, the supported is Bharya. So the world is always the Bharya, Brahman is always the Bharta. The world is always the Bharya and the Brahman is always the Bharta. In that sense, I am the Bharta. Okay. அப்புறம் என்ன சொல்றாரு? I am the Lord. Prabhu. I am the Lord. I am the Lord means everything here is Prabhu means the Lord. Lord means what? The owner. Correct. Lord na enna artham? He is the owner. Prabhu means one who is the owner of everything. Prabhu means one who is the owner of everything. Who owns everything? That's what Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says. God laughs at human beings twice, he said. God laughs at human beings twice. First time, when they make a boundary and say, this is my land. This is my property. Parent document la kuda. Your parent document is still not right, no? My parent document is right. The current document is right. The properties are all right. Everything is right. So I am the owner. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, the land laughs at you. Why? Millions have claimed like this before you, and I have swallowed everybody. You are not the only fellow. How millions and millions have claimed before you as mine, mine, mine. Where are they? Yeah. I swallowed everybody. And what I am going to do to you? I am going to swallow you also. Why are you saying, I am the Lord, I am the Lord, I am? Who is the Lord? The one who is the owner of everything. The owner of everything means the creator, the sustainer. Is the owner. Owner means the one who creates it and the one who sustains it. So Bhagavan says, the Krishna here says, I am the Lord. Abdinna, I am the owner of everything. Then he says, I am Sakshi. Then he says, I am Sakshi. Sakshi means the witnesser of all doings. The witnesser of all doings is called Sakshi. It's called Kritam, Akritam. Kritam means doing. Akritam means not doing. Omissions and commissions. So Sakshi means witnesser of the omissions and commissions. The one who witnesses everything without undergoing any change is a Sakshi. The one who witnesses everything, but the witnesser doesn't undergo any change. That is a Sakshi. So the changeless perceiver is is Sakshi. And changeless perceiver of what? The doers. There are various pranis. Of the various pranis, human being is one prani. There. Prani means that which is, prani means that which has prana, that which is alive. So this entire Jagat has lots of pranis. Of the various pranis, human beings are one such prani. So Sakshi means witnessing, witnesser of everything. What the earthworm does, what the ant does, what the elephant does, what the giraffe does, what the eagle does, what the fish does, what the human being does, witnessing. That is called Sakshi. Nivasaha, the next one. Nivasaha means Sri Nivasa, the name, isn't it? The Nivasa, what does Sri add panna? Srinivas. Yeah, Nivasaha. Vasaha means residing. Nivasaha na PR na illa. Permanent residence. Vasaha, temporary permit you have. And then you have the Nivasaha. Srinivasa na enartham. Where wealth permanently resides. Our than Srinivasa. So, yarkitta wealth permanent irukko, our vandu Srinivas. What it means is the 14 lokas. The 14 lokas, various pranis, various beings, various species lives in various lokas. All that is residing in all the lokas is me. That is Nivasaha. Arthadhanadu Sharanam, shelter. The ultimate shelter. Shelter means that which protects, that which comforts. Shelter means that which comforts, that which protects. Protects you from the mental agitations, worries, and anxieties. That is called shelter. I am that Sharanam. Suhrit, friend. Friend. Friend means who's a friend? Who's a friend? Irrespective of who you are, what you are, accepting is a friend. That is called friend, isn't it? Friend means irrespective of who you are, what you are, a non-judging acceptance is called friendship. That's why Guru, God is called friend, Guru is called friend. Why? Because they are the ones who doesn't judge you. In all other cases, there is a problem of what? Judgment. So wherever you know that you are going to be judged, you have to wear a mask. Wherever you know that you are going to be judged, you have to wear a mask. Here you need not wear any mask because you are not going to be judged at all. Suhrit, friend. Prabhavaha, pralayaha, sthanam. Prabhavaha, origin. Pralayaha, dissolution. Sthanam, the foundation. This is the foundation. It comes out of me and dissolves back into me. The foundation, it comes out of me and dissolves back into me. Nidhanam. Nidhanam means Nidhanam, how to understand that? Treasure house. treasure house na enadhu idu? The storehouse of everything to come in the future is also me. Adan treasure house. Nidhanam. The storehouse of everything that is going to come in the future. So all that is going to come in the future is also is me. Nidhanam, treasure house. Treasure house means you have to go find out all that. No, treasure house. So the Nidhanam. Avyayam Bijam. Avyayam Bijam means the seed that inexhaustible seed of the universe is Avyayam Bijam. Inexhaustible seed. Inexhaustible seed means what? All seeds perish to become a tree. Here, the seed also will remain, the tree also will remain. And it will keep producing infinite trees. The seed keep producing infinite trees without itself getting perished. That is called Avyayam Bijam. Imperishable seed. Because all other seeds perishes. Out of the seed comes the tree, but you can't have tree and seed together. This is Avyayam Bijam. Meaning what? You can have the seed and the tree together. That is me. That's all. That is me. If your logic is not accepting it,
Change.
if your logic is not accepting it, what you should do? Change your logic. Ramatirtha says. Yeah, so many things in Vedanta, no, but logic is a problem of your logic. Change your logic, because Avyayam Bijam says the seed will remain and the tree also will remain. How can both coexist? How can both coexist? That is me. In me, they can coexist. Not in you, not in anything else. In me, they can coexist. Therefore, verse number 18. So he went, I am the beautiful verse. I am the Kratu, I am the Gati, I am the Bharta, I am the Prabhu, I am Sakshi, I am Abod, I am Sharanam, I am Suhrad, I am Prabhavaha, Pralayaha, Sthanam, I am Nidhanam, Bijam, Avyayam. With this, we conclude verse number 18 and we continue with verse number 19 onwards in the next session.
Small clarification.
Yes.
So this Nidhanam is Nidhi plus the two words joined with the Nidhanam.
The Sanskrit here, if you want to understand the Sanskrit word Nidhanam.
Because Nidhanam, that is patience, that's different totally.
Yes. Yes. Here, the word Nidhanam not in the way that we use it.
Okay.
Not in the way that we call it as patience and all. Nidhanam equals Nikshepa. Nikshepa means that which exists in potential form. It's a Sanskrit, it's a totally different Sanskrit usage from chapter 9 to chapter 9, 10, 11. It's a totally different. In fact, 7 to 12 itself has a totally different thing. So, Nidhanam equals Nikshepa. Nikshepa means that which exists in potential form. The future, the entire future which exists in potential form. The future generation as well as the future things that will be invented, the future experiences that we are going to have, everything that is going to come in future, all this is Nidhanam na apdi artham. Nidhanam means that. Nidhanam equals Nikshepa. Why I am saying all that is, And you ask questions like this, I will show off also what all I have studied. Otherwise, where do I get a chance to show off? Isn't it? So, Nidhanam equals Nikshepa. Nikshepa means that which exists in potential form. You can call it as the bank deposit for the future experience. Yeah, other Nidhanam. Yeah. So it's a future. All that is of the future is also in me. That's why I said the entire future which exists in potential form. What is the future? The future generations as well as the future things that are going to be invented, discovered, future experiences that we are going to have, everything that is going to come in the future. All that is Nidhanam. Treasure house, it's a very poetic expression. That's how in English, how to translate that in English. Treasure house. You follow? Huh? Yes.
Based on this, can we, I'm not saying conclude, but can we understand that based on this only the fate is happening now?
Based on?
This Nidhanam,
Hmm.
that there is a potential for everything. Whatever is going to come in the future, the potential is already there.
Yes.
So future is kind of decided.
How can you say that?
Your fate,
How can you say that?
other fate, potentially
Potential form means what?
may happen, may not happen.
Potential means what? Till it's manifest into action, you don't know what it is. That is called potential. You can't say it is pre-decided. Potential means till it comes into action, you won't know what it is. That is called potential. Potential doesn't mean it is already decided. In a seed form, it is there. That is not potential. Potential means that which is impossible to know, that which is impossible to understand, unless it comes into manifestation, action. So, Nidhanam equals not in the நம்ம தமிழ் வார்த்தையில சொல்ற நிதானம் மாதிரி கிடையாது. இந்த லோக்கல் லாங்குவேஜ் தமிழ்ல நிதானம்னு சொன்னோம்னா இல்லையா, பேஷன்ஸ், பொறுமையா இருக்கிறது, பேஷன்ஸ். No, no. Here, Nidhanam equals Nikshepa. Kala Antara Upabhogyamnu பேர் எடுத்துக்கலாம். Kala Antara Upabhogyam. Kala Antara Upabhogyam means that which is to be consumed in future. That which is needed for the future, that which happens in the future, that which happens everything there is also
Taken care and stored.
Is taken care and stored. Is taken care and stored. Who does that? I do that. It's me. You follow? Do we have anything else?
Sir, Mala Venkatesan has 2 questions. Sir.
Who's this person talking now?
Sir, Bhaskar speaking, sir.
Oh, Bhaskara. You are from?
Sir.
Mala. Learn to see God everywhere. Why are only good things, powerful things, pleasant things alone are quoted by Krishna saying, I am that? Mala, in the context of evolution and seeing God, it grows in stages. There are stages in maturity. First one is you don't see God at all, you see only matter. And then you start seeing God. And when you start seeing God in a form, in a murti, in one form. In one murti, you see God. Ganesha, Narayana, Vishnu, Goddess, Lakshmi, in some form. And then what do you, so it means divinity will be restricted only to that particular form. Are you able to follow? And then comes the next grade of maturity. What is the next grade of maturity? All the things that you see has good and bad. All the things that you see has good and bad. So what he does, divine, you want to associate divine with good first. So all the good things that you see are taken up, and Krishna says, it's me, it's me, it's me. And finally, in the Vishwarupa Darshana, he says, all the good things that you see, all the bad things that you see is me. Saintu Nanda, Thirudanu Nanda. The terrorist is the terrorist is also me. The saint is also me. Nah? What do we understand? We can't understand anything like this. Therefore, he said, terrorist is not me, saint is me. Oh, Apada. Some connection you can make. And then only one saint. No. Wherever there is anything that is saintly, anything that is godly, anything that is good is me. You follow, Mala? That's how it grows in stages.
He is coming down to our level,
yes,
as per our level
correct,
of understanding and introducing it. Okay.
Correct. He's coming down to our level. And finally, he will take us to his level. He will come down to our level and lift us up to his level. What is his level?
Everywhere, everything.
There is no good, there is no bad, there is only me. Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya. There is no good, there is no bad, there is only me. So he comes down to our level and he doesn't stay put at our level. What he does, he comes down to our level and lifts us up to his level. That is answering the first question. Why Krishna is saying only pleasant things? Finally, he is going to say good is also me, bad is also me.
Understood.
Next question. Can my karma control my mind? Mala, only your karma controls your mind. What else is there to control your mind?
In the form of sukha and dukkha, the emotions.
Only factor that controls your mind is your karma. Karma means here the consequences of your action, as in sukha and dukkha. Regardless of your karma, can I come out of its pull and reach God? Yes. Regardless of the baggage, எவ்வளோ கடன் வாங்கியிருந்தாலும் கடன் அடைக்க முடியுமா? Yes. Whatsoever your loan is, you can still repay it. So, can I come out of its pull and reach God? Yes. Is it always a push versus pull kind of struggle? Till you gain some stability, knowledge, and understanding, it is a pull and push. Once you have gained some stability, there is no more push and pull. It is a
Sir, என்ன கேள்வினா sir,
together.
what is it that is not enabling me to understand it? Though the knowledge is there, everything is there, divinity is there everywhere, in spite of such a wonderful explanation by you, etc. I mean, I understand that karma is making me ignorant, but then still there is, I don't know, then is it just the knowledge, and what is it that is required to come out of that pull of the karma? I mean, I don't know.
The way to come out of the karma, number one, stop creating new karmas. The way to come out of karma, number one, stop creating new karmas. Number two, wipe out the existing karmas. If you want to come out of the pull, two things has to be done. What? Stop creating new karmas. Stop creating new ragadveshas. Stop creating new likes and dislikes. Stop creating new desires. And then go back and get rid of the existing ones. So these are the 2 steps. Don't create any further and then get rid of the existing. Okay. How does one do that? How does one do that? That is very simple. The path of karma, the path of bhakti, the path of jnanam. In the initial stages, karma, bhakti. In the advanced stages, jnanam. It's very clear. The blueprint is given very clearly. What is the blueprint? The path, the karma, the bhakti, the jnana. Always you should remember, whatsoever your present effort is, that present effort will have a flavor of your past for a period of time. That you got to accept and go through the process. Whatsoever your present effort is, the past will have the past flavor will be there. Rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Verse number 60, chapter 2. Rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate, he said. You do all the sense control, etc., Arjuna, what happens? Some things goes away, but the rasa lingers. The rasa comes from the past and it will tempt me. The rasa comes. Rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Even the rasa also goes away. It means what? There is a past that I have, that every one of us have, and that past will have an effect on the present. The
Acceptance will
pull
make it.
and push of prarabdha and purushartha. The pull and push of self-effort versus the intensity of your past. This is the push and pull. The self-effort of today in relation to the intensity of your past. So, what is the pull and push? Prarabdha and purushartha. The self-effort versus the past. 1 கோடி ரூபாய் கடன் இருக்குது. ஹார்ட் ஒர்க் பண்ணி 1000 ரூபாய் அடிச்சிட்டேன். But that 1000 rupees repaying looks so insignificant in front of that past. You follow what I'm saying? That's how it works. But nevertheless, you have to keep moving. You have to keep moving. Beautiful example of Ramatirtha, headlights of the car. You have to travel 600 kilometers in darkness in the night on the highway, pitch darkness. The headlights of the car can reach only 30 feet. You got to what you have in hand is only the light that can reach 30 feet. But the capacity of that light of 30 feet can light you the entire journey. Ramatirtha says, make faithful use of what you have. By making faithful use of what you have, the past also gets wiped out, as in what? As in the headlights of the car. After traveling the entire journey, if you look back, you understand what? Never you were in darkness. Never were you in darkness. Why? Because the entire path was lit. But at any given point of time, your argument is only 30 feet. No. Ramatirtha says, Don't worry. That is more than enough. You follow, Mala? Therefore, the push and pull is the push and pull is nothing but the difference of Prarabdha and Purusha. You follow? With this, we conclude for today. Continue from verse number 19 onwards in the next